Hi everyone, I'm just another Bernie tuber and I have a question for you. How do you make sense of the following statement within the framework of not me, us? And this is a paraphrase. I'm asking you to help me win the Iowa caucus. I'm asking you to help me win the Democratic primary, and I'm asking you to help me defeat the most dangerous president in modern American history. This was Bernie Sanders to an audience in Iowa on or around January 11th, 2020. In an earlier video on how we make the worst candidate the best president, we talked about the importance of keeping constant pressure on the office holder, such that they see no way out of the embarrassment or electoral defeat if they fail to respond to our demands. In this video, I wanted to present a perhaps radical idea. We should make larger demands of others and ourselves and start taking direct responsibility for the government we have, regardless of who's in office. You probably don't know this about me, but I'm a Chicago native currently living in China. When the Sanders campaign launched, Bernie asked for 1 million volunteers to step up and help win the nomination for president. He also asked the people directly to fund the campaign, refusing to take super PAC money. He put the onus on us as citizens to get him into office. Then, when asked how he would get Congress to follow, especially conservative Democrats like West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, he said he'd go to their districts and rally the people. The people would pressure the congressperson, and the congressperson would bend to their will. Once again, the onus is placed on us. In Rules for Revolutionaries by Becky and Zack, Exley, two organizers from the 2016 Sanders campaign, the authors talked about the importance of making big requests worth people's time in order to drive action. Without a big enough ask, people won't be motivated to do anything. So you need to ask something big of them. When I heard that, I considered my donations to the campaign and my occasional Bernie-centric posts on Facebook that hardly garnered any attention. This was ineffective. I needed to do something bigger than what I was doing. I had a lot of thoughts about the state of political affairs in the United States and hadn't articulated much about it. It tied in pretty well with my progressive political stance and some of the issues I spot among progressives online, and that's how this channel was formed. And I wanted to prioritize speed over production quality, so I figured I'd stick with 1 or 2 images and 1 background song and write my script out to prevent the uhs and ums and enable rapid editing and publication. This is my effort to do something bigger than just donate and post on Facebook. This is my effort to help the campaign in real, tangible ways, in addition to help us prepare for if and when Bernie wins. But I noticed something else when I thought about what more I could be doing for the campaign. I noticed the Overton window had shifted in my attitude from passive support to active campaigning. Why is this important? Because it guarantees at least 1 vote for Bernie. So if you support Senator Sanders, that's great, and I appreciate that you're on board. But can you get 3 or 4 more supporters? How bad do you want it? With that said, let's go back to that first question. When Senator Sanders asked for the people's help in winning the Iowa caucus, the Democratic primary, and the general election, it struck me as odd. Why did he stop there? He's going to need us for passing of his, our agenda. Winning the election against Trump is only the beginning of the fight. If that's all the people had to do, Senator Sanders would be no different from Trump, Obama, Bush, and Clinton before him. Not me, us, has to mean something more than just getting over the hump. That brings me to Jesus. Even the Messiah didn't go it alone. God wanted him to have a forerunner to clear the way for him. That person was John the Baptizer. In much the same way, we should be clearing the way as Bernie prepares to take office. We need to be in the faces of the Democratic leaders who still don't think we as progressives should be taken all that seriously. Reports of party bigwigs like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer looking to stop Sanders is a travesty. But their efforts to stop Bernie might become a moot point if Pelosi and Schumer and the moderate wing of the Democratic Party are brought to understand that their political fortunes depend on the progressive base. They need to be made to fear progressives the way Republicans fear white evangelicals. How? In essence, we start petitioning our government as though Sanders was already president. And once he leaves office and someone else takes over, we continue as though nothing changed. We begin by making constant contact with the elected officials, not just our progressive allies. We make our desires known and appeal to their desire for re-election and prestige. We give them validation, basically. We must make it easy for them to come to our side, even if they don't personally care for us. Donald Trump doesn't care about white evangelicals. He mocks Mike Pence as a religious nutjob. But Trump gets those pro-life judges appointed with remarkable efficiency. Start governing now. Get together with some like-minded people and begin organizing how you want to go about contacting elected officials. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting Rules for Revolutionaries by Becky and Zack Exley. In the meantime, I appreciate your time watching this, and I hope that if you learned something from this, please consider liking and subscribing and sharing this video as I continue to ramp up production for this channel. But more than anything, don't just sit on this knowledge. Go do something with it.